Hello everyone watching on YouTube, and welcome back to Tales of Xillia. Loading back up the game. Last time we got through all the Spirit World shenanigans, we dealt with Maxwell, and now we're in Elympios at long last. We've made it to the other world. We're getting close to the end. Did I forget to open up my spreadsheet again? I sure as heck did. I sure did. Let me whip that bad boy back out. There we go. We're gonna have a pretty good mix of story and subquests today, because we're gonna have a lot of subquests unlocking, and we have a lot of story stuff to do.
This lamp is casting light without channeling spirits.
Perhaps that cable is somehow conveying luminescent energy to that lamp.
How could they have possibly built a city this size without using spirit arts?
It's almost frightening.
Everyone here seems to be just like us.
Except for the part where none of them can channel spirits.
It's a whole different world, but the people are just like us.
It looks to be that way. So this is the world that Maxwell cut off and left to die. And yet, I can't help but want to save it.
Are you all done? I wasn't expecting that barrage of character speech there, especially without opening up a skit. But anyways, yeah, we're in Elympios. I'm at 150 black feathers. We need to get back to Sherrilton ASAP. But we're in Elympios now. A lot of subquests coming up, a lot of story stuff coming up. I'm really excited. We're hitting that bittersweet moment where I know we're getting close to the end of Xillia. I think we probably have 1 or 2 more streams after this one, and man, I'm gonna miss playing it. This, like, every time I whip this game back out and play it again, I'm just reminded, man, I love this game. This is just, it's my favorite. I absolutely adore it. But let's do this skit, and then we'll get moving.
I can't stand to hear Balin prattle on like that.
Really? I find him quite interesting.
He's been that way since he was a kid. That's how I knew it was him right away.
He's strange, but he's really nice.
I know. Unlike me.
Nobody's saying that.
But watch yourself around him. He has quite a mean streak. Do something embarrassing and he won't ever forget it. He'll torment you with it till your dying day.
That's just friendship. At least in my world.
Like what?
If he told you half the dirt he had on me, I'd never be able to show my face around you again.
You ended up in Rieze Maxia when you were like 5. What could you have possibly done when you were like 4 years old that would ruin your life to that extent?
Just thinking about it makes my skin crawl.
You guys seem really close.
Well, I guess we were friends before he got all cynical.
Oh,
What's that? You jealous?
absolutely not. You don't know what you're talking about.
Does Alvin ever? Alright, good stuff, good stuff. We definitely have some subquests lying around we can get to right now. Hello, I think there's one back up in the apartment as well that I didn't pick up last stream we need to go get. After working as a chef for over 60 years, I finally retired and left my restaurant to my son. But it's been a month now, and I still find myself thinking about food all the time. Lately, I've been hearing exciting rumors about a new dish called a croquette parfait. I'd love to try it, but I can't find one anywhere. Could you look for one for me? I'm on it. Thank you for granting an old man his silly wish. Now that I'm retired, the one thing I have a lot of is time. I'll be waiting right here for words right here when you're ready. This is a great start to stream. We're not even 10 minutes of me being live, and I'm already stumbling over my words. Do I have a croquette parfait already? Yeah, I have a small one. There you go, bud. This is a croquette parfait? What a magnificent concept. What fabulous execution. In every bite, I can taste the creator's years of hard work and passion for the art of cooking. I've been a fool. Dude, I've been holding on to this croquette parfait for probably, like, in-game, like, 2 weeks to, like, 3 months. There's no telling how long we've been dragging this thing around. It's probably expired, beyond belief. I've been a fool. I should have never retired. A chef isn't truly a chef unless he dies in the kitchen. Thanks to you, I've remembered the passion that inspired my culinary ambitions in the first place. Alright, well, that guy's gonna work himself to death now. Kind of our fault, I guess, but also his problem. Let me see here. Let's just check that real quick. That subquest is done. And then we have a subquest up here to grab. So let's go get that bad boy. An official at the Department of Otherworld Affairs lives here, so we often get people coming here to protest against the Otherworld reactor plan. They're always making a big deal about protecting human rights, but what about the human rights of the people who live here and can't stand all the noise protesters make? That dude has a huge nose. Oh, what?
Did you hear they're planning to raise the Spyrix tax again?
It's all because of that otherworld reactor plan thing, right? Honestly, what is the government doing? I'm sure everything will turn out fine on Rieze whatever without our help.
So you think we should just leave them be?
Hey, nobody said that. We should pay their people fair compensation and promise to help them with their development.
Pay them with what, though? Our tax money? It's not like we're any better off.
Well, you'd hope the government thinks of something instead of digging into our pockets.
That doesn't sound like the government I know.
Either way, someone's got to figure out this energy crisis, or we'll all be gone in a few years.
Ugh, I can't even worry that far ahead. I've got my hands full just worrying about today.
Super relatable.
I guess you can't make everyone happy.
Must be nice to be so self-absorbed.
That's just how people are.
I'd be much more scared of a society where people were afraid to speak their minds.
Yeah, that's true.
Life's rough. Where is this on my spreadsheet? Is it this one? Enter room 102 and Ron in Roto apartments for a scene? Is this room 102? This doesn't look like a room, really. Wait a minute, is there a place actually called room 102? That's the elevator. This is room 102.
Hey, you're using a Spyrix too.
Okay, so wait a minute. I'm missing a subquest here somewhere. Those people I just talked to there. Oh, there it is. There it is. It's a 2-part subquest. Okay, cool.
You mean this?
Me and my grandma use them too.
Really?
My granddaughter and I both have a cardiovascular disease, and we've had medical Spyrixes implanted to help with them.
I bet it hurt really bad when you put it on, huh?
Yes, it did.
But you just have to bear the pain. 'Cause without Spyrix, we wouldn't be able to live normal lives.
I see.
You're so brave for being so young. Yeah, totally. My grandma always says that.
Thanks to the advance in medical Spyrix technology, we've been able to overcome our illnesses. We'll never forget what Dr. Mathis did for us. May his soul rest in peace.
Mathis?
That's the same as your last name, Jude.
Dr. Mathis is the one who created my Spyrix. But he died in a boat accident a long time ago.
What are the odds, man?
This whole time, I only saw Spyrix as harmful. I never considered it could actually help people.
Well, Milla, you considered that it could help people because, like, it allowed them to do things easily. But it wasn't worth the spirits dying. But now you're realizing, like, oh, like, small child with medical illness needs it. That's pretty rough. I want to grow up to be a Spyrix scientist, then I could have been a Spyrix that lets Grandma live forever. Okay, well, you know, it's good to dream big, I guess. Take me back up to the 3rd floor. Ding dong. Oh, wait, is it the 2nd floor that has the... I think the 2nd floor is what I need, actually. Yes, 2nd floor. That's where Balin's apartment is, and there was a dude over here that had a subquest for us. Hello there. If I could just get my hands on one of those, my world-changing invention would be complete. You there. If you could track something down for me, I'll pay you very well for your efforts. How about it? Why not? The thing I'm looking for is Navi metal. With it, I'll be able to complete the greatest invention the world has ever seen. Unfortunately, I can't tell you what it is. I can't risk tipping my hand to my competitors. Do I already have Navi metal? If only I had... Okay, no. I do not yet have Navi metal. We'll have to go find some and then come back. So now I think we can just go explore Triglyph a little bit. We need to go to the Triglyph port for a subquest or two. But for now, let's just get looking around and see what cutscenes we get.
This city sure is strange. Yeah, I feel like there's something missing.
There's no nature.
Indeed. I haven't spied a single blade of grass, let alone a tree.
Is it because they're using Spyrix?
More likely because there aren't any spirits.
Exactly. As the spirits became scarce, all signs of nature withered with them. Elympios is in its death throes.
So this world needs spirits.
What was that?
Alvin, what does that poster say?
Support the Otherworld reactor plan. They were probably put out by a union of Spyrix-using merchants.
It sounds like they're really dependent on Spyrex.
You look like a deep-pocketed lot. Help us pull the plug on the reactor plan.
Tell me, old-timer, why do you need donations to stop the plan?
Filing official protests with the government isn't free, you know.
Phew! Did you take a bath and booze today?
Tipo!
What's the deal with this doll?
Count me in. I want to stop the Otherworld reactor plan.
Jude, wait.
Thank you, lad. Thank you.
I think that Jude just got scammed.
I wonder how Gaius intends to stop the plan.
With Muse's power at his disposal, they could show up on this side at any moment.
That's true.
No point moping around on an empty stomach. Balin should have that food ready by now.
But let's look around Triglyph some more first.
Hey,
Listen,
Milla.
Milla. Oh, sorry.
It's fine. Go ahead.
No, after you. Mine can wait.
Why is everyone behaving so strangely?
A lot happened after you went away. It helped us grow up a bit. But growing up certainly doesn't solve everything.
I bet Alvin feels the same way.
I see. You humans mature so quickly. Then again, what adult with an ounce of common sense would hunt down Maxwell and pick a fight with him?
Well, the lack of common sense part.
That's probably your influence, Milla.
How dare you?
How dare
The
you
letters in
indeed.
the Olympian alphabet seem quite similar to the ones we use in Rieze Maxia.
They're fundamentally the same. Get used to the cosmetic differences and you'll be reading fluent Olympian.
Yeah, I mean, Elympios and Rieze Maxia used to be the same place 2,000 years ago. I mean, that is a really long time, but they probably, like, had the same... Yo, Fresh Mutton Guy made it to Elympios, let's go! They probably had, the same... What's the word? Ancestor for their languages? I guess is the word I'm looking for. I did see that we had another skip, by the way, but I just wanted to look at this first. Could get up to 71 here. Do I have any strange objects? No, I don't. We're kind of low on stuff right now. I used a lot of stuff earlier. We don't have a ×3 at the moment. Really wish we did have a ×3 at the moment. I could finally use this Libavius ore and E-core. That would only get me to 69. Nice. Still really holding out hope that we either get a ×3 leaf or a ×3 rock. Like at the last second of the playthrough. We are starting to get close to the point, maybe not this stream, but I think next stream I just use all of my materials as soon as they have a multiplier on something that I like, because if we don't, we're not going to finish the game today. I was about to say if we don't finish the game today. We're not finishing the game today. There's too much left in the game to get it all done in one stream. But it is possible that we could finish the game next stream. I think it's going to take one more stream than that, but it's possible. So with that in mind, next stream could potentially be the last one, or it's the penultimate one. At that point, we should just throw all of our materials into upgrades, because otherwise we might finish the playthrough without using them. Tell me about Milla's intuition.
Did Jude and Leia have a fight with Alvin?
Why do you ask?
Intuition.
Your intuition is on the mark as ever. I only heard about it after the fact, though.
Alvin tried to kill Jude, and he even shot Leia.
It didn't seem to be one of his typical betrayals. It was his actions that led to your apparent death. That must have been quite a shock to him.
That was probably true for Ivor, too.
They fought with Ivor, too?
We all did! He ran like a frightened bunny! We finished off Pressa and Agria, too!
Though that, too, was a painful conclusion for Alvin and Leia.
I see. Now I understand why everyone's changed so much.
Oh, they actually just say right there that Pressa and Agria are dead. I was wondering if that was covered at all. That it might only come up in that skit. I think they might mention it a bit later that Pressa and Agria are dead, but that's something that happens in Jude's story. So they're definitely... The moment where Milla dies at the Zenithra and then comes back after her spirit stuff, that is the major argument for, like, you should play Jude's story first and Milla's story second. Because you miss out on a handful of really important things with multiple characters. Jude, Alvin, Leia, Pressa, Agria. Like, and a bit with Ivor, apparently, as well. And there's a bit with Elise and Rowan, and then Gaius, like, interacting with Muse, leading up to them working together. You miss a good chunk if you play Milla's story here instead of Jude's. I don't really think there's much of a way they could have gotten around it without making the two story setup kind of redundant, but I still think it's fine, especially because, like, every time I've talked to anyone about Xillia, or when I've looked up, like, I remember when I first played Xillia and I had the option, I'm pretty sure I just Googled it, like, should I do Jude or Milla's first? And, like, the internet was like, do Jude's. Do Jude's and then play Milla's after. So, that's just the best way to do it. And if you end up doing Milla's first, I don't think it's the worst thing ever. You'll end up doing Jude's story unless you didn't like the game for some reason, which would be wild to me because I love this game. So, you know, you'll get there.
From the nature to the culture, everything on Elympios seems so different. This is your homeland, right, Alvin?
Yep. The source of the Spyrix you hate so much.
You don't sound too happy about it. Didn't you want to return here more than anything?
Well, I thought I did. I wonder why I wanted to return to this doomed world.
It is true that its spirits have withered and its plants and animals are disappearing. But Elympios isn't over yet.
The people here brought this upon themselves by using Spyrix. You aren't even the real Maxwell. Do you really intend to save humans like that?
Yes, this is a human problem. And as you know, I'm quite fond of humans. Whether I'm Maxwell or not is beside the point.
I see. Glad to hear it.
I love Milla. Such a great character. She's awesome. Where does this go? Does this go to the port? No, it goes to the high road. We don't want to go to the high road right now. We need to go back to Balin's apartment, but I want to go to Triglyph's port. This is the park. Oh wait, no, the park leads to Balin. So I actually want this path over here. I keep doing the up and down on the camera wrong. The port, we're here. What's poppin', everybody? I know there's some subquests around here somewhere. Mine. My beetle leg. Hey, do they have posters of Jude and Milla here? I've never been to the other world or anything, but if they really do have extra energy, they should split it with us. In exchange, we could teach them how to make Spyrix. I bet they'd really like that. No! No, Gaius would not really like that. 20 years ago, a mysterious monster was spotted near the Rusal High Road. It had a sword embedded in its head and was incredibly strong. The army went after it once, but they say it burrowed underground and got away. Well, 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 I wonder what that monster could be, chat. It's one of our Devil's Beasts. There are, if I'm not mistaken, there are 2 Devil's Beasts in Elympios and 4 Devil's Beasts back in Rieze Maxia. You idiot! You'd better not pull anything like this ever again. Come on, boss, there's no need to get so upset. I'm sorry I made a deal without telling you, but it did bring in a lot of profit. It's not a matter of profit, it's a matter of responsibility. Well, I take full responsibility for my actions. If you don't like them, you can go ahead and fire me. That's not taking responsibility, that's just hubris. Did you ever stop to think about how your decision affected the other employees? Well, we may be a small company, but I consider my employees and their families with every decision I make. They follow my instructions because they trust that I'm aware of my responsibility towards them. If I allowed you to do whatever you wanted, it would destroy that trust. Sorry, I don't really get it. Yeah, well, you'll understand someday. A day will come where you'll have to make decisions while bearing the burden of true responsibility. don't get what they're talking about. Old people always get angry with younger people. Are they just jealous of their youth? I can appreciate what the merchant is saying. Making decisions with the full weight of responsibility behind them is extraordinarily difficult to do. That's what you did on the battlefield, isn't it? Indeed, with people's very lives at stake. I can't even imagine how hard that must have been. And of course, with more than my share of doubt and regret. The most important thing, Jude, is to face your challenges head on. Right. Good point, well made. That was that subquest. There we go. 20 years ago, a giant ship named the Zenithra departed from this port with hundreds of passengers on board and was never seen again. My sister and her husband were on it, leaving for their honeymoon. Ooh, Milla probably killed them. How unfortunate. Let's just move on from that situation.